Think of your favorite YouTuber right now, besides me of course, and now try to imagine what a video game based on that YouTube channel might be like. Now what you should be imagining is absolutely nothing. YouTubers should not have video games. Now obviously I don't mean to say YouTubers are incapable of making good games, because that's happened plenty of times by now. I mean that video games based on YouTubers should not exist, and for the most part, they don't. But what's easier than making a full-on video game? Mobile games. And there are unfortunately a lot of YouTuber mobile games. For the most part, this is a dead fad. A lot of these games aren't even up on the App Store anymore. But I've only ever played the Pewdiepie ones. He made 4 by the way, but it's been a long time and I don't remember them at all. So I want to try out each of these YouTuber mobile games, see which ones are at all worthwhile, and which games make sense for the creator they're made for. A trickshot based Dude Perfect game? Dude, perfect. An Odd Ones Out bouncing game? Dude, that's not even close to perfect. So without further ado, let's find out which of these YouTubers have made the least embarrassing stain on their careers, and which one should get copyright striked right on their damn rears. The first one I remember seeing was Pewdiepie Legend of the Brofist. I was flat out wrong, so many others beat him to it. This game actually came out in 2015, when the annoying Orange and Smosh had already released 2 games before then. And as far as I've seen, Dude Perfect might have been the first YouTuber mobile game back in 2011. But a lot of these games came out around 2015, clearly the prime time for this fad. Though I was surprised by the slop we continued to see through 2018 to 2020. Keemstar's golden era, some might say. But let's reel back a bit and check out Pewdiepie's first mobile game. Yes, I said first, as he has made 4 over the years now. Thankfully, most of them are actually pretty high quality. Effort was put into these, and I cannot say the same for most of these games, so I plan to cover all of Pewdiepie's games periodically over the course of this video. Legend of the Brofist is a pretty good game. We're starting the list off very strong. They put more work into this than you'd expect. I was playing around Valentine's Day and the damn menu screen was Cupid themed. That's dedication. It's a platformer featuring all of your favorite Pewdiepie and friends. You can play as Markiplier, or Jacksepticeye, or even... maybe I won't play as that one. But it is pretty cool to have all these YouTubers voicing their own characters with unique abilities that fit each of them. When it comes to the voice acting...
Oh, also, I overheard the barrels talking about their base's location. They said something about Africa. Alright, I'll head there next.
It gets the job done, but it's obvious these guys aren't voice actors. And that's okay, it really only adds to the charm of this game. By any normal standards, this is not a mind-blowing platformer, it's almost as basic as they come. But to make a fun game for fans of Pewdiepie, all they need to do is to make the game fun for them. Bring in the cameos and the weird random side characters from Pewdiepie's lore. I've never been a fan of the guy, especially after the fateful day on that bridge, but if you were a fan of him when this game came out, I feel like it literally could not have been better. This features so much from his content and it's just a fun game to play in general. Outer Minds, the developer of this game, made Pewdiepie's other games and H3H3's game we'll cover later, and they're great at what they do. So Legend of the Brofist is pretty great from start to finish. Yes, I finished this game. It was fun and easy to do in an hour or so I figured why not. Spoilers, the legendary Brofist is actually just the fans we made along the way. What a wholesome ending. This will generally be tough to beat, so let's see if any other YouTuber mobile games are anywhere close to this level of quality. Smosh was once immensely popular, kinda died down and got cringe for a decade, and now is once again popular, and in its golden era. I'm not ashamed to say I watch Smosh videos, and I don't doubt a lot of you are watching them too. But unfortunately, none of their mobile games come from the new stuff. We got something even better, Food Battle the game. For whatever reason, Food Battle was a popular series Ian and Anthony did once a year where you tried to see which food was better at certain tasks. Ian always had a pink sprinkle donut, and Anthony got to try something new every time. I have no idea how that could translate into a mobile game though. And I never will, this game died years ago. Technically lost media I guess, but there's tons of videos of it out there, including Smosh themselves playing it.
Stop tapping her, stop touching her boobs.
I wanna hear her.
Stop it.
She said stop it, stop poking her boobs.
Sometimes I forget just how horrible old YouTube used to be, and I need reminders like this. I suppose it makes sense to make Anthony the protagonist, with a celery sword fighting off donut monsters. I guess you could call it an RPG, but seemingly every single level is just fighting donuts again and again. Still, just like Legend of Brofist, there's a lot in here for fans of Smosh at the time to be excited about, including the option to pay real money to remove Anthony's clothes. They put the D in DLC? They put the micro and microtransactions? Either of those sound like a joke you'd find in one of those old Smosh videos. I mean, they literally called the world of this game a tick putt. Real subtle. The saddest and worst part about this game is that they fundraised $250,000 to get it made from their fans, when they promptly deleted it only a couple years later. Smosh's parent company, Defy Media, is probably to blame for all this, but still, not a cool thing to do to all the fans who supported you. But people did actually love this game and look back on it fondly. Can't say it looked all that special, but it certainly isn't bad for a YouTuber game. Smosh actually made another game that came out before Food Battle did. It's called, well, I'll just let Anthony say it.
Super Head Esploder-X!
They kinda marketed this game as a way to get out your frustrations by taking pictures of people you hate and exploding their heads. It's kind of a funny idea, I guess. And it's simple enough, I guess they didn't need to crowdfund this one. And since it wasn't online, the game can still be played today. Unfortunately, I don't have a camera on my computer, so I wasn't able to add my own heads. I was planning to just put a picture of Jim up and get out some of my rage for a second, but that's alright. All you do is fly around and shoot these heads with your weapon of choice. I figured this was just an endless game, but there's individual levels. And there are so many voice clips in this game, even in the menus there's unique ones. I'm not sure if I'm going to play any audio from this game because the music is way too loud and there's no settings button, but I'm actually impressed how many different things Ian and Anthony freaking recorded for this game. I feel like this is so much more charming and replayable than Food Battle was, and it would have been fun to take pictures of your friends to put into the game. It feels like a really old mobile game because it is, and I have a lot of nostalgia for games from this era. So maybe I'm biased, but I personally like this one more than Food Battle. Take that, Ian!
Shut up!
I have never heard of this game. Apparently Odd Ones Out made something called Let's Bounce? I watched his videos back in 2020 when this released, and I cannot remember it ever being talked about. Well, after playing, I would not be surprised if he was embarrassed by this mobile game. I know I would be. I would normally praise the effort he put into the animations on his channel, where for a long time he'd usually make videos on stories about his life. So the idea of this game is that your progression is based on living life. And the more you play, the longer your characters lived. The more experienced they are, I guess. So the further they can go. But it looks like this. The animation is so dang cheap. And 90% of the characters have the same annoying smile on their face. Even the sun in the background has it. The reason I think Odd Ones Out might be embarrassed by his own game is because he took down the announcement for the game coming out, despite it still being available to this day. He probably just gave the okay to some game developer and after some backlash took the video down and never talked about it again. This game has zero charm, the music is horrible, and it can't even get the damn gameplay right. Take the game Tiny Wings. It's really similar to this, but they actually made it good. When you're going fast and you're high up in the air, the game zooms out so you can see. In this game, there's no skill. All you do is hope to land on something, and if not, oh well. Lazy and stupid. By far the worst thing I played yet. While downloading the Dude Perfect games, I stumbled upon a game called CronBlizz Blitz, with the tagline, "Blizz the Season" in all caps. Based on that and these images, I had to download this stupid ass looking game featuring a YouTuber I've never even heard of. Who is OkCron? And why is he collaborating with Sprite Cranberry? Starry! From the creators of Obama Run. I feel like I gotta make a whole video on that one. You get to play as the one and only OkCron as he bounces on a Sprite Cranberry on an endless road. And I kid you not, this game is maybe 1,000 times more fun than the Odd Ones Out game. It's still shitty, but let's prove a point here. Mobile games are so easy to make a simple, fun little game that even CronBlizz Carblizz can do it. All you do is roll around and collect more soda cans so you can one day unlock the 999,999 costing silver and gold skins. Generally, do you think anyone in the world has ever unlocked these? It's possible. All I got was a stupid green shirt. This game is baby easy and there's a max speed, so after a while it doesn't even get harder, it just stays the same forever. I'm not joking when I tell you I started dozing off at one point. I couldn't keep my eyes open. It's a boring, shitty game. But it's fun for like 5 minutes, which is more than I can say for Let's Bounce. And somehow there's no ads in this game, I can't believe it. The whole game is an ad, but you know what I mean. I do not have high hopes for the annoying orange mobile games. I tried watching their Let's Play of the Odd Ones Out mobile game and it is actually insufferable. I'm unfortunately going to play a clip just to prove that to you.
Ooh, can get some upgrades, okay. Super duper pooper scooper, alright. right! Alright, flick that booty! Yeah!
The whole joke of old annoying orange videos was that the fruit all get brutally murdered, so I guess if you're gonna make it into a game, that's what the entire game's gonna be about. Sadly, I couldn't find a working version of it, so I gotta watch Annoying Orange Gaming play it instead. Once again, for an old mobile game, this really isn't that bad. Not sure if I'd want to play it for longer than 5 minutes, but still. It's all about trying to get a high score, so once the timer's up, your round is over. There's a bunch of different obstacles and mechanics thrown in here, which is more than I expect from an Annoying Orange game. I came in assuming the worst, so it's not hard to exceed my expectations. It's about on par with that cornball piss game, or whatever the hell it was called. A couple years later, they released Splatter-Up, which, as I'm sure you've guessed, is a baseball game. They'll send a fruit towards you, and you swipe as fast as you can at it to send the fruit flying across the kitchen. The environment is pretty cool in this little game, I gotta admit. I was barely hitting these fruit though. I felt like I was going crazy. Without the power-ups, it was hardly even moving. Well, it turns out, after each game, you can upgrade your strength and stuff and hit them further on your own, no power-ups needed. I suppose that makes sense. Still, it doesn't really feel like there's much of a goal here. I think the game could have used multiple locations or something to mix up the gameplay loop. I was so bored I couldn't bother to even play a second round. It's better than their first game and it has charming elements, like the little orange in the corner who has 2 frames of animation. It's lazy but cute in a way. Just like the Smosh game, I was surprised how much he can say, even just to say he's bored and he's waiting for you to play.
Are you gonna do anything?
It's a good idea and it's made well enough, but still not that great of a game in the long run. We can make this section quick, but I felt like covering MrBeast mobile games was probably necessary, despite them not really having any gameplay. They're called Finger on the App 1 and 2 respectively, and each game was tied to a real-life event. Through this app, millions of players around the world could participate in a MrBeast challenge, keeping their finger on their phone the longest to win a real cash prize. So when it comes to gameplay, well, that's all there is to it. I surprisingly got a working APK of the second game, but this is all you can do in it. And obviously this isn't my real info, don't be a creep. Anyways, the second game was supposedly buggy and caused a lot of people to lose when they hadn't actually taken their finger off the button. Rigged? Maybe, but consider the fact that there were way too many people trying to play this game at the same time around the world, there were bound to be some hiccups. Someone by the name of Jeff Chill made a compilation of the funniest prank ever. Streamers would get told to say something that sounds like "Hey Siri" and interrupt their games. It's the funniest shit in the world, dude.
Wait, did we get any new followers? Oh, hey Ziri, I appreciate the... Oh my god!
I don't know what that means.
Still, on MrBeast's part, this is so genius I'm surprised it only happened twice. I never participated, these games are unplayable, and also they're not really even games, so to keep our game rankings fair, I'm just not going to include this one. Otherwise, it's obviously going to be the worst on here. Anyways, let's move on. I'm not familiar with the YouTuber ZeroPunctuation, other than his art style, which I do like. Apparently, they made a game called Hatfall, and the title tells you all you need to know. Each round you'll see a shadow on the ground, and you need to get your character underneath it to catch the hat. That's all there is to it. So of course, there will be loads of obstacles and distractions to keep you from catching the hat. Sometimes there's 2 shadows and one will kill you. Sometimes there's extra guys who look exactly like you, making it hard to tell which one you are. The worst is when they have it sync up to your movements, making it so easy to mess up. You only have about 5 seconds to catch the hat, so if you're at all mistaken, there's no time to fix it. Additionally, little extra sequences occur, like when this wizard gets mad at you and makes the world go crazy for a round. If you beat it, he'll give you a little advantage, like you got an extra life one time. Still, this game is way too hard, and I barely ever made it past like round 7. It is so easy to fail, and once you do, that's all there is to it. Time to try again. It's more addicting than I was expecting. I really wanted to see how it could get more challenging the further I got, but I really didn't get a lot of chances to try. Good game though, so good it was re-released on Steam for $5, if that interests you at all. I feel like when it comes to the channel A World Without, you either know it and keep up with it, or if you've never even seen it before. Gotta say, I've seen a few of their videos and they're fine. I like the concept, they're good bits now and again, but it's hard for me to pick any one video I really enjoyed.
Okay, push, 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 push. Come on, push. Congratulations, Mom. It's a Reddit mod.
Hello. But it's a small little animation channel, pondering what the world would be like without one thing. Just scrolling through the episodes, it's pretty clear what this show is. And with their game, the obvious choice was to make a world without video games. I believe this is the most recent game I'll be covering, just releasing back in 2024. It's a very story-heavy game, which makes sense I suppose. In this world there aren't any video games because we're in the video game. However, each level involves visiting a different world. The first one is a world without fire, where you have to fly to the sun to cook your chicken. In a world without money, you have to find other items to exchange what you need. While in the animated shorts you get to see multiple scenarios, like what if the world didn't have stairs, but in here we just play out one, with the same character every time, and it's really not all that interesting. And the minigames are the most basic mobile game minigames possible. Look, if you like this series, then you'll probably enjoy World Without Video Games. I do sense there's passion and love put into this from the creator, but it's just not a great game, I won't lie to you. Any of the animated shorts on YouTube will be more worth your time, and potentially more worth the creator's time too, because making a game isn't easy or quick work. I don't hate this game, but I'm never going to think about it ever again. PewDiePie's next game was Tuber Simulator, which is so smart and was so successful that he completely cornered the market and no other YouTuber even tried making a similar game. But it's perfect. You get to create your own setup, fully and completely customizable however you please, and post videos to make money to make your room even cooler. But your room is really not just a streaming room. If you're just starting out, your room looks something like this. It's pretty dang close to how my real room looks. At some point in time I played this game and had a decent looking one, but I couldn't get back into it and that makes me very sad. Anyways, as I was saying, if you start out, your room is sad and you're just a poor basic streamer. But looking through the top ranked rooms, there aren't even rooms anymore. These are just full on cities or strange cult gatherings. It is actually mind blowing the level of customization and creation you can have here. And your little avatar can be Oni? What the hell, this game is everything. My favorite one I saw had to be this one, where the characters are inside their streaming room looking out the window at the tiny city below, currently experiencing what can only be described as a Kraken incident. I can't do it justice by only just starting out, but I promise it's one of the best town building / room building games out there, even if the gameplay is just waiting around for videos to upload and packages to ship. And it's incredible after 10 years servers are still going for this game. This is probably the best YouTuber game that will ever come out, but I'll hold out hope one of these games can surprise me. Dude Perfect got into the mobile game market early, all the way back in 2011, with a game literally just called Dude Perfect. As a channel most popular for their trickshot content, this is one of the few genres of videos that make complete sense to translate into a mobile game. Dude Perfect so far is the only channel justified in making a mobile game in the first place. Sadly, I couldn't find a working version of the very first game, so I'm just gonna opt to skip this one. There's footage we could watch on it, but they made a sequel that is playable, so it makes way more sense to just skip to that one. Dude Perfect 2 is just more of the same, but better. Updated graphics, smoother controls and mechanics, and much more trick-shotting opportunities. It's a pretty old game nowadays, and I've played a million Flash games with the exact same concept probably 5 years before this game came out, but that's not to say it won't be a fun time. You throw your basketball into the hoop, and your goal is to get it in as few shots as possible. Sometimes there's glass to break, meaning you need a heavier bowling ball to throw instead. Most of the early levels are super straightforward, and a few are more puzzle-based than skill-based. This essentially is a puzzle game with random voice clips from Dude Perfect videos. They didn't bother recording any unique voice clips for this game, which says a lot about Dude Perfect themselves, compared to Smosh or Annoying Orange, who put in the effort when it came to that aspect. Still, like I said, this game actually makes sense for Dude Perfect's brand. I would be surprised if they didn't make a game like this at some point. And literally anyone you hand this game to will enjoy it and immediately understand how it's played. It's simple, and it works well, and it's a top contender for games today. We aren't done with Dude Perfect just yet though. These first two games did really well, so it makes sense to keep them coming. The third game is called Endless Ducker, and the only correlation to Dude Perfect is that it takes place in their endless gymnasium they work at. You can jump and duck around obstacles, and that's the entire game. It's so janky. There's only 2 damn moves in this game that couldn't even properly animate it or make it work quite right. The game looks horrible too. I hate this art style, especially when I'm stuck in this stupid office for most of the game and can break out to see a football field for 3 seconds before I die there too. And the point system is broken because it gives you a point every time you duck or jump, so you can just spam the buttons over and over again to earn new high scores. Now, sure, it's janky and it looks bad, but it's just an old mobile game, right? You wouldn't think this game came out in 2016, would you? Can you imagine anyone playing a game this bad in 2016? You know what had come out by then? all the Angry Birds Slingshot games and Angry Birds Epic, Subway Surfers, Clash of Clans, Pokemon Go came out in 2016. Who the hell is playing Endless Ducker when you can be playing these other so much higher quality games? This is a joke! I spit on you! Our final Dude Perfect game came out the same year, called That's Lit. Do people still call things lit these days? I feel like I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time. It also has almost nothing to do with what happens in the game at all. You play as this guy named Garrett, who apparently has some running gag about needing sunscreen because they reference it in the first one and made an entire game about it here. I cannot possibly explain or show you just how terribly this game controls. How is that possible? The only movement is going left and right. How can you mess it up this badly? You can only see what I mean if you play this game yourself, but please do not download this game. It is not worth it. This is all there is. Dodge bombs, pick up coins and sunscreen. End of sentence. Who is playing this? A game like this would be fine in 2009, but 2016, you're out. I spit on you. I have no clue what Planet Dolan is, what kind of content they make, anything. But I know of them, and apparently now I know they made a kart racing game. I plan to make a whole video about kart racing games at some point, so if this is even worth talking about, you may see me talk about it twice. Which is probably the most anyone has ever talked about this game. So anyways, I started playing it. Yeah, I'm never talking about this game ever again. This is just actually nothing. It's not a race. The second it starts, the other guy drives out screen and I'm on an empty road for 20 seconds. And then when it made me watch an ad, the game broke. So I'm done. Fuck you, Dolan. I watched the original animation that inspired this game and it's pretty fun. The music is super catchy. To the fans in their comments demanding to make this into a real game, well, this is all your fault. You wasted Dolan's time and you've wasted every individual who ever tried this game's time. This is somehow worse than the Dude Perfect games. I'm out of spit, or want to spit on this too. That's a threat! We're about at the halfway point, and I wanted to quickly rapid fire some I either couldn't play or didn't think would be worth playing. Fred had an app called It's Fred, where you throw around a little 3D cartoon version of Fred Ficklehorn with ragdoll physics. I forget about Fred every once in a while, and to be honest, I wish I wouldn't ever remember about him either. AmazingPhil's 7-second challenge is actually a pretty good idea. It's just a party game with your friends, where it'll give you a prompt, usually some sort of dare, and you have to do it in the next 7 seconds. Then your friends can decide if you pulled it off or not and give you a point if you did. The app itself is really basic, but as far as fun mobile games to play with your friends go, I'd say this was a really smart idea. YoMama Arcade barely has any footage out there to even see what this game is about, but it features the different mamas and Brody Fox from the series. As I'm working on this, YoMama is in some deep controversy, and for a good reason. I can't say I'm surprised, and I can't say YoMama was ever good or funny anyways, so who the hell cares?
Yo, Mom is so Xbox Live!
Simon's Cat is a really charming animated series on YouTube with quite a few mobile games currently available, but 2 of them are literally match 3 games. One's a bubble popping game, another is Block Blast, so I didn't think any were going to be worth playing. I guess Simon's Cat's main demographic must be Facebook moms. Now back to the games worth talking about. Fidget My Spinner by Keemstar. This game is totally worth talking about. No worries, we'll be covering Adpocalypse next, and that game, now that looks like a real gem. During the height of fidget spinners' popularity, Keemstar knew he could make a quick buck by making his very own mobile game about it. Whoever came up with this title, Fidget My Spinner, that is maybe the stupidest name for a game in the history of gaming. I was trying to find if Keemstar ever released a promo for it or anything, and I found a 3-second video called Keemstar's Fidget My Spinner game, and it's just a guy doing a flip. And that 3-second video is better than anything that happens in this game. It's a clicker game with 3 upgrades. That's it! In 2017, you could have been playing Monument Valley 1 and 2. You could have been playing Plants vs. Zombies 1 and 2. Any great classic mobile game out there released before this, so why, oh why would anyone play this garbage? We found yet another game worse than all the rest. You've got one more shot, Keemstar. 2017 was also the year of the Adpocalypse, a year in YouTube history where it was harder to monetize your videos, especially for long-time creators who would swear or talk about sensitive topics in their videos. So I guess that's kind of a fun idea for a game, right? Well, what if instead it was just a merged game with YouTubers' faces? That's basically what we all wanted, right? And maybe I'm just out of touch, but who are these people? Does anyone know who Billy the Fridge is? Anyone? I recognize Chad from Cold Ones and Ricky Berwick, but that's it. Notice how they're all white dudes so far, by the way. And I have to wonder if he actually got permission to include all these people or not. I guess if you loved every YouTuber at the time, you might see some value in this game, but that is a big if. It's better than the fidget spinner game, I'll give you that. This message is sponsored by Raycon. I've only ever used boring old headphones that go right in your ear, so I was truly shocked when I discovered these bone conduction headphones from Raycon. They use off-ear audio, sending sound through vibrations in your bones. I like to use them when I'm out on the street because they keep my ears open to the world around me. That's safety and sound all in one. And they're built for all-day use, with 13 hours of battery life and a waterproof build, protecting them from sweat and rain. Click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/JakeMillerBC to get 20% off these headphones. I can't believe how much more comfortable these are to wear than most earbud headphones out there, since they don't get shoved right in your ears. And with a little adjuster on the back, they can fit any size head you may have. The bone conduction headphones are perfect for refreshing your routine this spring. Go to buyraycon.com/JakeMillerBC to get 20% off. Thanks to Raycon for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to it. Finally, another YouTuber I actually like, Jacksfilms. He makes pretty funny videos and is a big advocate for creators in general. Unfortunately for him, he made a pretty bad and unappealing game, and it was obvious to everyone involved how quickly his poorly made game would be gone. Titled Be Funny Now, it was a glorified Jackbox minigame with YI questions thrown in that was only fun if you got to play with Jacksfilms while he streamed the game. I remember him glazing the art style of this game. It had like a character creator and everything, but it was so ugly and cheap looking no one gave a shit. And again, it's just a Jackbox game, but worse, so why bother? The game is only good if people are funny, and most people, including myself, just don't got it. I feel bad because I feel like Jacksfilms really did care about this game. That, or he just spent so much money making it, there was sort of a sunk cost fallacy going on there. The game's dead now, so I've never played it, so I'm gonna reserve judgment and just leave it off the list, which is probably for the best, let's be real. Outer Minds has only ever worked on Pewdiepie's games and one little bonus YouTuber, H3H3. I've never liked Ethan Klein, so I don't know much about what inspired this weird-ass game, but Outer Minds did a great job with Pewdiepie, so I'm genuinely optimistic about this one. And the server shut down, so the game doesn't load. Very sad. This game actually looks fun for once. A game with gameplay, something that's been dearly lacking from our games today. Of course, they've nailed the art style, the music is awesome, and it's a lengthy game with a lot to do and a personality. Why is Ethan Klein a big ball? Who knows? Who cares? It makes for a fun idea. I tried looking into why it was deleted, and I couldn't really find an answer. But I guess we won't rank it today since I didn't play it. I bet it'd be up there with the Pewdiepie games though. Let's actually get to play an Outer Minds game, moving to Pewdiepie's third game, Pixelings. At this point, it feels like they're just working with Pewdiepie to make whatever games they want to make, and they even had this super well animated trailer for the game. Though, sadly, from what I've heard, Pixelings is the least beloved game of the three, but it still has a dedicated audience and is no doubt still one of the best YouTuber games. Using your Pixelings, you set up a team of 3 to attack your enemy's team. Melee characters always hit the guy in the middle, and ranged always shoot forward. They each have special moves too, the best of which being Pewdiepie when he throws his chair at the opponent. Since everything auto-attacks, you mostly just deal with managing the team, making sure no one dies. At least at the beginning, this game is kinda slow. I'm sure it picks up at some point, but I can imagine people getting bored and not sticking with it. But I do like the concept, and all the characters have fun designs. I also expected to unlock more Pixelings early on. After like 15 levels, I only had 2 new ones to try. And I'd like to unlock more and see what they do, but I'll probably just do that in my own time. I am enjoying this game and actually want to play more of it, which has not happened once in this video so far. I hate that Pewdiepie has just absolutely swept the rankings here, but what do you want me to do about it? They're so much higher quality than anything else, and I regret never trying Pixeling sooner, honestly. If you don't know who Guava Juice is, he makes baby content, and unfortunately he's made a game called Tub Tapper and now I gotta play it. We've got another clicker game, and this time, it's all themed around taking a bath. Why? I have no idea. Maybe Guava Juice is a bath tuber. He really could be for all I know. Anyways, you collect the soap until you have enough bubbles to upgrade your tub, you buy more tubs to earn more bubbles, you participate in little bonus events to earn big bubble rewards to splurge on upgrades, and that's really all there is to it. Compared Compared to Keemstar's lame-ass fidget spinner game, this is like the Mona Lisa though. And it has a fidget spinner. Guava Juice has truly won the war here. For a game about bubbles and tubs, this is quite literally the best it could possibly be. I don't know anything about Guava Juice, if he's a cool guy that makes good content or what, but I get the vibe this game is meant to make kids excited about taking baths, and I couldn't possibly shit on a game with such an innocent idea, even if there are indeed microtransactions and ads to be watched. Just be thankful the only ads are ones you volunteer to watch. Almost no games are that nice these days. Obviously, this isn't a great game, but it is cute and inoffensive for sure. Chasecraft running game, on the other hand, this is anything but innocent. If I know one thing about Minecraft YouTubers, it's that they are never innocent. And that has been proven so many times, scientists are still baffled at how accurate that theorem is. Anyways, we got ourselves a Subway Surfers ripoff, so I don't feel any shame in making fun of some guy named Chasecraft. Now, surprisingly, they got crafting in here too, and there's iconic other Minecraft players here for you to eventually unlock, so this basically has anything you could ever want, including an energy system, which only lets you play 5 levels at a time, and these starting levels are so slow and short that it's near impossible to even consider dying. And to craft anything interesting or exciting, I'd have to play all these forest levels. So yeah, I'm done, dude. For kids who love Chasecraft, they're gonna adore this game. But with the amount of Subway Surfer and Temple Run games out there, including Subway Surfers and Temple Run themselves, easily the best version of the games in that genre anyways, don't play this game! We don't need this game! There's a surprising amount of effort here to put it above the worst games we played, but that's all the praise you're getting from me, Chasecraft, if that is your real name. The only thing worse than a Minecraft YouTuber is freaking Morgz, dude. Actually, scratch that. Morgz' mom is even worse than that.
Oh no. No, Morgan!
We all know what's coming here.
No!
Pause!
Oh, yeah! Let's watch that again! Oh, yeah! Again! Yeah!
Morgz is just some dweeb who makes fake prank videos online and talks at the literal most annoying decibel of volume at all times. And to add the cherry on top, he's British. Personally, I'm more of a mini Morgz fan myself, but he doesn't have a mobile game unfortunately. But Morgz does, and he calls it Morgz Ultimate Challenge. It's a collection of mini games where you try to beat Morgz and his friends' high scores and earn money to buy cosmetics for your character. The first game is just eating food and throwing away junk, and the game is so hard to lose I was barely even trying and it just kept giving me more time. I was not trying hard to stay in it, the game just wanted me to keep playing. Who would have thunk I beat Morgz' high score, and he was not expecting that.
You beat my score?
I love how earnestly shocked he sounds I just beat his weak ass score in his own damn game. Next is a Floor's Lava minigame, which was much more fun. It really does not punish you enough for falling into the lava. I hate how they only got one voice clip of Morgz saying extra time. It is slowly driving me insane.
Extra time! Extra time! Extra time!
Next is a little river ride with sharks and crocodiles and hippos. Normal colored ones stay still and red ones will move side to side. This is probably the best one, as it gets faster and harder to keep up the longer you play. Also, I can't believe Mini Morgz is actually on the leaderboard. That guy's a legend. The final darts game is apparently coming soon, and this game got taken down a long time ago. So I guess we're done here. Seriously, a competent minigame collection is pretty good compared to most of these. I hate Morgz, but I loved his ultimate challenge. The only thing worse than a Minecraft YouTuber and Morgz' mom.
No! I'm not gonna give up yet! If fish can live underwater, then so can I!
Is the one and only Tobuscus. If you're too young to know who Tobuscus is, thank your parents. I unfortunately have seen way too many tweets from this loser. If you ever want to study the psychology of an egotistic individual who gains a massive following only to let that go to his head and start a steady decline of becoming a worse and worse person as time goes on, Tobuscus is that man.
My fellow Americans, I'd like to introduce you to a man you all know and love, to the legend, to the hero, to my close personal friend, the extremely famous Tobuscus.
Good morning. Good morning.
And he made a game one time based on his animated series Tobuscus Adventures, called Tobuscus Adventures Wizards. I found a video of him playing his own game, and anytime anything funny happened, he'd do this.
Those are my forefathers.
4 fathers. That's way more fathers than I have. Your fathers kind of look like the top donators from the Indiegogo campaign. Oh!
It was not that funny, bro. Otherwise, seems to be a pretty generic tower defense game. You swipe little rune shapes on the touchscreen to cast different spells. I've always liked games that make use of that mechanic. It's truly something that works best on mobile. Not long after, he made a game about digging straight down in Minecraft, which you should never do, by the way. And it uses tilt controls, again, something that works best to play on a mobile device. Tobuscus does seem to generally love having these games, even though he constantly talks about how expensive they were to make, and a game like this doesn't exactly scream a passion project. But yeah, they don't look too bad, and I'm sure people got a lot of enjoyment out of their Tobuscus games. I don't think they've been preserved, so in the end, it doesn't matter. These games are dead and buried, just like Tobuscus' career. We are really hitting the bottom of the barrel here when I'm trying to find the official EpicMealTime mobile game. He might be the person I know the least about in this video. He's not really around much anymore, so I don't feel too bad about that. All I can gather is that he made weird food videos. I also tried finding a working version of this game, downloading some sketchy APK onto my computer, and this is what I found. For the record, this is not the game EpicMealTime made. I don't know who or what inspired something like this. I found clips of the real game though, and I was actually surprised by the quality. Like, this isn't half bad. The UI of the menus and everything is actually decent for once. As for the gameplay, it's a mix between Fruit Ninja and that one Morgz minigame we played earlier. You eat the meat and you swipe away the vegetables. As you play, it gets more and more hectic, and you try to aim for a high score of the most possible fat. Then you can use coins to buy more food. I was expecting absolute shit for this game, and I'm definitely pleasantly surprised. Like, this isn't anything too incredible, but it's something I can actually see people playing and enjoying. While I didn't get to play this one, I definitely get the gist of the game, and it's up there as one of the most enjoyable games on our list. I'm really running out of steam here, but we're almost done, so let's get these last couple games over with quickly. TomSka is the guy who made the ASDF series, and he made a game called Katatak, and it looks pretty great. The cutscenes are rough, this is an old game, but when we have an animator making a game, this is more of the level of quality I expect. Even simple pixel art can make for a good game art style. For the gameplay, you walk down the road and mow down every cat you see. Pretty brutal stuff. You can unlock different gun types and have to manage ammo and reloading while keeping the cats at bay. The music's pretty good, and I genuinely enjoyed playing it. This is up there among the best of the best. Then we have Tag with Ryan from Ryan's World. Yay! It's a Subway Surfers clone with really nothing new added here. But it's fun, and you'll have a good time because Subway Surfers is fun, and it's the exact same game. Now let's be clear, the music in this game is genuinely pretty good. I find it really funny that Ryan is the one chasing me and not the guy I'm playing as. There's some pretty cool locations to go through, and they will do anything before making trains to jump on, even making rocks shaped like the trains from Subway Surfers. And most importantly, it's just competently made. The game works and looks fine. Anyone who hears of a Ryan's World game is just gonna assume it's slot for children, when in reality, Guava Juice and Ryan's World, who have made very clear games for children, have done a better job than Keemstar, Planet Dolan, The Odd Ones Out, and more. I can't reiterate just how simple it is to make an actual game, and all these YouTubers simply can't seem to grasp that concept. Let's end on Pewdiepie's last game called Poopdie. I can already tell why this game might not have been as successful. The entire game is just one big poop joke, so if that's not funny to you, you'll probably hate it. It's also not made by Outer Minds and was cross-platform, but there was a mobile version, so I'll count it. You play as a worm who takes sentient shits and then commands the shit to fight for him like Pikmin, basically. Starting out, you only get 2 poops. It's pretty slow, but easy to manage. You can get upgrades that have more minions and even new abilities for Poopdie. Like, it got the ability to heal my little guys after while playing. This game is just so different from the rest of the things I've played today, I'm really taken aback. Like, this is just an adventure game. It is so much more complex than anything else. I just wish it wasn't poop themed. I feel like this actually could have been cool with some inspired designs and a better art style. But I like Poopdie, and if it was nicer looking, I'd probably play it for a few more hours just to see how far I could get. But everything being farts and butts and gross and uh-oh stinky, it gets a little old. But even with all that in mind, and it may be unfair to say considering PewDiePie was the biggest YouTube channel for quite some time, but his games all sweep the rest of the competition and it's not even a little bit close. Playing any of the PewDiePie games is guaranteed to be a fun time, at least compared to the rest of the options when it comes to YouTuber games. Well, after playing all those games, part of me wishes I hadn't. I mean, there were certainly fun aspects. I love the trend of these games having the YouTuber tied to them say the title as he started. So cheesy, but pretty fun to listen back to back.
Super Head Esploder-X!
Guava Juice Tub Tapper!
Morgz Ultimate Challenge!
And seeing what strange ideas some of them had, like Guava Juice making a bath-themed game, or Smosh letting you explode your friend's head, or Dude Perfect making whatever the hell their unpaid interns could think of the day they asked them. But if anything, this video proves how little effort these creators put into their games, how little respect they have for their games and the audience they have begged to play it. I feel like some of these games people create are something the creators would have made fun of, and someone like The Odd Ones Out is a great example. He talked about mobile games becoming scams and released actual slop like he was suddenly proud of it. I also think a lot of creators just don't realize the money or effort that it takes to make these games too. So many videos I saw are just them talking about how expensive it was to fund their game, and then the game they were talking about looked like this. Thankfully, most of these creators I already didn't respect, so it doesn't hurt that bad to be burned by them. If a creator I actually looked up to made one of these crappy games, then I'd probably regret making this video for real. But let me know what your favorite and least favorite YouTuber mobile games are. As most of these are deleted, do you miss any in particular? And did I miss any you remember? I asked for help finding all the YouTuber games in my community posts, but obviously we might have missed some here and there, so let me know. Thank you to my Patreon members who get to watch my videos early and support me in the process, and my channel members who get shoutouts such as Patrick Barjan, Keep, Jeff the Legend, Pixelated Gamer 08, Pertzka Banner, Timar Kernop, Aaron the Ghoul, Freakish Smile, Geminat Lewis, Dante, MGR Damadan, Einerjar, Jonathan Biscoff, OK, Kirby Fan Real 1992, Green Man Yeah, Skibbity, Alice Wilson, MacDax2, Lavatane, Purple Man 932, and Test Monkey. I know what so many of you were thinking. This video was an elaborate ad for my own game. As someone who makes almost exclusively mobile game content, I feel like that would actually make sense for me to do, but I'm never gonna make a game because guess what? Unlike all these other bozos, I realize that nothing in my life is worth making a game about. I am self-aware enough to know that.